Deepa, Sip Dr. Krishan, Sip Bliko, Sip Bliss, Sip Sagai, Sip Parvati, Sip Vanita, Sip Premchand, Sip Samatma, Sip Tina, Sip Uma Natraj, and many more people who are new and old coming back to the call. I just now came rushing after Sip Krishna arranged a meeting with Osho, uh, Bhagwan Rajneesh, confidant and aide Ma Anand Sheila. We had a 2 hours conversation. And after 2 hours conversation, I am here putting my earphones, which I don't know to do, and looking a little ruffled. But let us start without much ado. Our subject of today's discussion: how can you attain eternal happiness by discovering the purpose of life? When I asked Ma Anand Sheila, who has spent 14 years with Bhagavan, what is the purpose of life? What is enlightenment? I don't know anything. Don't ask me any questions. I don't know. So you all are lucky. You all are lucky. If somebody is on this call, 14 days enough. Not 14 weeks, not 14 months, not 14 years. 14 days. It's enough for you to get a crash course on awakening and enlightenment. But today I will not delay the call too long. 7:30. The moment after 8, 8:05, when I have to board the aircraft, I will go. So no questions after 8 o'clock. Administrator, no questions after 8. We are starting with Krishna. Yes, Krishna.
Yes, sir, Shivoham. Sir, because you said
Sure.
now, when you say 14 days or 14 years, so is it the guru's problem or the disciple's problem?
Actually, what Ma Anand Sheila said, she said, I am not interested. I just am in love with my master. I love the master. Whenever my master used to be talking, I used to be sleeping. So it's a problem with both. It's a problem with both because if the guru is not right, the problem is the guru. If the disciple is not right, the problem is the disciple. How can we say for sure who is at fault? I hope you're getting what I'm saying.
Yes, sir, but even Bhakti has alag flavors. For example, Hanuman, I'm saying as a story because the understanding, Hanuman did not want Gyan. Hanuman just loved this God, Ram, and Bhagwan जैसे same होगा ना, तो ऐसे नहीं होगा कि the blessing of the Guru would have, because she is always happy, whatever it is.
So you want to be happy, you can be happy. You want to be enlightened.
Eternal happiness.
You can't get eternal happiness. Eternal happiness is today's subject.
Yeah.
And Ma Anand Sheila, when you look at the recording, she will tell you clearly in the recording, you will see. You are the privileged one. I'll send you the podcast first because you are the responsible for it.
No, don't say like that, sir. I had that Prem Yoga book with me and that, it just happened. Sir, but one thing I wanted to ask you, only bhakti will not, because itna saral bhakt hota hai ki they give everything to their master, to their guru, and then gyan automatically comes, no?
No, 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 no chance. Bhakti cannot give you automatic mukti. And please understand, Krishna, you're a very intelligent mumukshu, jigyasu. Bhakti has to become mumukshutva. Now, in the case of Ma Sheila, she is just purely falling in love with one man.
No, I'm not talking about Mashila, so that subject is over. I'm talking about people like, I know many bhaktas.
Bhakti, no, 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 no. The bhakti has to become prema yoga. Bhakti has to become bhakti yoga. Without, and I've given this answer to you many times. I'm going to give you the answer one more time because it's
Not
very
to
important.
Bhagwan, not to God.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no, no. I'm
Guru.
saying why? No, there is no bhakti to Guru. Bhakti is only to God. See, you're mixing up the subject. The word bhakti can only be to the divine. If you are looking at the Guru, then your obedience, then it's reverence. It cannot be, cannot, if you are treating the Guru like God, then all your problems are solved.
Mm.
If when I was treating my Guru as my God, then what happened? What's the result, Krishna? Why? Tell me why? Why was the result enlightenment? Because I was treating my Guru like God. What is the meaning? What happened?
You obey
What happened?
completely. You obey.
Ah, 100% obedience. Not in the case of a guru who says you shut up and follow me, which is part of our today's conversation. No, no, guru cannot tell shut up and follow me.
Right, right.
But in a relationship with the guru, if it becomes bhakti in that true sense, if you are so devoted and you have reverence for the guru, automatically you will be enlightened.
That was my question.
Good. Adolf Surajit. Sir, bolo.
हेलो सर.
Yes.
हाँ, तो मैं
वेलकम बैक. वेलकम बैक. वेलकम बैक. किधर अमेरिका गए थे आप? किधर गए थे आप?
नहीं सर, कॉलेज का मतलब बहुत सारा.
कॉलेज में बिजी थे.
हाँ.
ओके ओके. बोलो बोलो.
सर मैं जो कह रहा चाहता था, जो एनलाइटमेंट है और हैप्पीनेस है, तो मुझे लगता है कि मध्यम मार्ग इसमें ज्यादा फिट होगा. जैसे कि बुद्ध डिस्कवर किया था मध्यम मार्ग, ज्यादा संसारी भी नहीं होना है और संसार से भाग भी नहीं जाना है. तो हमें ज्ञान भी करना चाहिए, ज्ञान लेना भी चाहिए, बुक्स भी पढ़ना चाहिए भक्ति का, और भक्ति भी करना चाहिए, और उसके साथ साथ गुरु के भी फॉलो करना चाहिए, भगवान के ऊपर श्रद्धा विश्वास रखना चाहिए. एट द सेम टाइम हमें मतलब वो मेंटली कल्टीवेशन भी करना चाहिए, माइंड को भी ऐसा. और हैप्पीनेस तो बाय डिफॉल्ट वो चूज करने से ही आ जाता है, वो तो कोई चीज पे आश्रित नहीं रहता.
तो आप क्या बोल रहे हैं? आप मिडिल पाथ के बारे में, बुद्धा के मिडिल पाथ में के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, या आज के टॉपिक के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, या और कुछ ज्ञान दे रहे हैं आप?
मैं मिडिल आज के टॉपिक पे ही मैं बुद्ध का मिडिल पाथ
Today's topic.
सेक्शन को यहाँ.
Today's topic. 1 minute. Today's topic. How can you attain eternal happiness by discovering the purpose of life? Stick
हाँ,
to the topic. क्या है? How can you discover?
मिडिल पाथ बाय
No,
which
no,
was
no,
discovered.
no. That's not. You first. हमारा क्वेश्चन अलग है आज. क्वेश्चन ये है कि if you discover the purpose of life, if you discover the purpose of life, how will that give you eternal happiness?
लाइफ को अंडरस्टैंड करने से तो मतलब इटर्नल हैप्पीनेस आ जाता है.
No, no, no. इसमें एक ट्रिक है. एक क्वेश्चन में ट्रिक है, छोटा सा ट्रिक है.
ओके.
Who will recognize the trick? All masters, wake up to consciousness. How can discovering the purpose of life give you eternal bliss? How? Rekha Parwani. Rekha Parwani, unmute.
Shivoham AiR.
Shivoham.
When we realize who we are,
Okay.
1880 from mercy, then we
Then?
will get eternal bliss. We will realize our purpose.
No, go slow. Explain properly.
Okay.
You are saying
like-
something correct, but you're not saying it the right way. Say correctly.
Yeah. When we have the self-realization that we are not a BME, and we realize our purpose, that we are not human, we are SIP.
What is
And
the
then-
connection, Rekha? You are saying something, but what build the connection, na, Rekha?
When I realize I am not the body, mind, and ego. I'm not
Correct.
BME. I am SIP.
What is that connected with the purpose of life?
because that's the only purpose of a life, to realize who I am and why I have come to this earth and where I have to, when I realize that I am sick, I am come from him and I get eternal bliss.
You are saying the right thing, but nobody will explain it. You know that you are saying the right answer, but somehow you are it's
Missing
like
the
the train. It's like the train is in the runway, or the aeroplane is in the railway tracks. Right now, the aeroplane is in the railway tracks. No, or the train is in the runway. Both cannot run. But your answer is correct. Who will
Yes.
who will explain correctly? Ashok Nichani and Sukeshini.
Sure, Sirji.
Yes, sir.
Sirji, first, if we realize self-realization, after that only we can realize God realize. We'll get to God realize. The path will take us to God realization.
Okay.
So after you realize yourself, there you will get some spark. To get it fully, you take the right path, go on the same path to get God realization, and then you will get the total bliss.
But you're not talking about the subject. Your answer is good. How can you attain eternal happiness? By discovering the purpose of life. What are you are saying? Yeah.
By knowing who am I, what am I, why have I come here?
Correct.
Self-realization first.
Correct.
If I reach self-realization, I will get some bliss inside me, some happiness, which will take to God realization.
Correct. But how is that connected to the purpose of life?
Without that purpose of life, I will not reach moksha.
I don't know. It's a very simple thing I want to communicate with you all today. And again, I'm asking the question. What you all are answering is self-realization will give me eternal bliss. I agree. Rekha also told, Ashok also told. If you reach a state of self-realization, you can achieve eternal bliss. But how can you attain eternal bliss by discovering the purpose of life? You all are not focusing on this subject. Rekha mentioned it correctly, but without tying it up. Sukeshini, Raji. Sukeshini and Raji. You know why? Let me tell you one thing. It is so important for me to coach you all on these subjects for you to become thorough. There was one person, the teacher taught them the question. 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals how much? It's a 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. Okay, 2 plus 2 minus 2 equals how much? 2 plus 2 minus 2, I don't. Now, if that is the case, then you're not a master now. 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. 2 plus 2 minus 2, I don't know. Why you don't know? That means you're not learned the method. I have to teach you the method. Sukeshini.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So when I discover my purpose of life, that is liberation, I have to realize that I am not who am I, what is
Very
my
good.
purpose, and when I realize that I am not the body, mind, and ego, that is when I transcend my karma, which will help me in not getting into rebirth, and that will give me eternal bliss.
Beautiful. You have come the closest to the answer, but you have missed one very important aspect. Answer is 95% correct. Now, what did you say? Repeat again.
So when I come into the spiritual life, I attain means I discover my purpose, which is liberation. And to get into liberation, I have to realize who am I, what am,
By
what is.
excellent. So see how beautifully Sukeshni is telling. Sukeshni is telling that if I have to discover the purpose of my life, first I have to find out who is this I. How can you discover your purpose when you don't know who's the one who's discovering the purpose? So Sukeshni has told it very beautifully that first, if you want to discover the purpose of life, first step is to find out who is this wanting, who is the whose purpose. So Sukeshni said, I am not the body, mind, ego. Now continue, Sukeshni.
And when I realize I am not the body, mind, and ego, I transcend karma.
No,
So I do not
you're
get
going too
into.
far now. No,
I
now
do
you're
not
going
get
away.
into rebirth. And
Sukeshni, when you discover, no, that you're going to, we are not talking about rebirth.
okay,
We are not talking about the next Janma at all.
okay.
So when you discover I'm not the body, mind, ego, what happens, Sukeshni?
I realize I am Sip. I am the divine spirit. I am the divine soul, part of unique, supreme unique light. And
Your
one
answer is
word
correct, but you're not linking it to the eternal bliss.
and
You
that
got you
is,
so beautifully you have said it.
and to realize means to practice this, then I have to do.
Think again.
I have to do yoga. Means
No. It's very
yoga.
simple answer, but beautiful. At least you got the right beginning. Rekha Parvane, Raji, Samatma.
Shivoham, when I
Yes.
realize I don't live as Rekha, I live as an Atma. That's how
And
I
then
get eternal bliss.
how? Why? What happens?
At that, when I'm Atma, then there is like no suffering, no
Why there's no
everything.
suffering? Why there's no
Because,
suffering?
because I'm not a body mind. I realize I'm not Rekha.
Say that
Because I
properly.
realize I'm not Rekha, I am Atma.
Yeah.
So I become one with Paramatma.
So Sukeshni, are you getting Sukeshni? What Rekha is saying now? The moment we want to discover the purpose of life, how does it give eternal bliss? First, we find out who am I. I am not the body, mind, ego. So I become free from the suffering of the body, mind, ego. Then I realize I am the soul. I live in soul consciousness, eternal bliss. Ho gaya. Answer ho gaya.
Live as
Is it very difficult? Is the answer very difficult?
No.
Say it, understand it. Who wants to tell me clearly? Who has understood? Raji,
Shivam,
have you
one more
understood
thing.
the answer? Ah,
Shivam, one more thing. I want to thank you
ah.
for this journey. And my sisters yesterday were very happy. And they said, my sister told me, don't ever slip from this path. You are one of the luckiest. Thank
Okay,
you so
good.
much.
Okay, good, Rekha. Raji and Samatma.
Sure, Guruji.
Shiva,
Yes.
Raji.
First, I have to realize that I am not the body, mind, and ego. Then I am the divine soul. Then my
Why?
purpose of life is to get
Why you
enlightenment.
you should realize?
Because I'm not, that is the purpose. Who am I? First, who am I? Then I am not the body, mind, and ego. I am the divine soul. Then after
Correct.
I discover I am the divine soul, then I have to get enlightenment. Then I will be in Sachitanand. Once I get enlightenment, that is the purpose of my life, and I will be in Sachitanand.
Good.
So I will be in eternal bliss.
So remember this. How can the purpose give you eternal bliss? The purpose of life is just find out who am I. And the purpose is to first find out who I am not. And when I realize I am not this body, not the mind, not the ego, I don't suffer. I'm free from the body, mind, ego. And I reach a state of Satchitanand, living in enlightenment or soul consciousness, whatever it is. Good. So you have a leverage to use your own words, but understanding must be very clear. If the understanding is not clear, then you cannot remember it. Then that's not realization. Then there's confusion. There should be no confusion. No confusion. Many of you slip. I'm telling you, can you believe? Osho. I hope to speak to you on Osho next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. To me, Osho was an enlightened master. his secretary, who worked with him for 14 years, admits that he is lost, admits that he's a normal man, which means that he got enlightenment. And if all of you get enlightenment and you don't get moksha, then what is the use of enlightenment? It is like me giving you a free ticket to go to America. And I'm giving you the free ticket, I'm giving you passport, I'm saying just go get the visa. Without the visa, you go to America, they send you back. Then what is the use of giving you ticket and passport to go to America if you don't get visa? Samatma.
Thank you.
Shivoham, sir.
Sure.
Shivoham. Only when I discover who I am not, then I can discover who I am, that I am Sip, I am the Atma. And when I am Sip, I am Atma, I am always in Satchidanand, and that is eternal bliss.
And how is that connected to the purpose?
Because I have found my purpose, that my purpose is moksha. And once I get to that, I know I am Sip, I am always in Satchidanand, I am always happy. It is eternal bliss.
So good. Samatma, what we are trying to trick today, how can you, again I'm asking you, how can you attain eternal happiness? By discovering the purpose of life. So tell me, how answer the question the way I'm asking. How can you attain eternal bliss? By discovering the purpose of life. Now tell me.
I can attain eternal bliss, which is Satchidanand, by getting, when I realize the purpose of my life is not to be in this body, not to be in the samsara, and I'm not this body, mind, and ego.
Good, good.
I am.
So the first part, what you just be very clear what you are saying. The eternal bliss will come when you discover the purpose of life, which is first to realize who am I. Only when you realize who am I, can you discover the purpose of life. Without realizing who am I, can you discover the purpose of life?
No.
That is the tricky part. So be careful that you're saying it in your words, but I'm just cautioning you on the words that you use. Anything more? No. Good. We have got Bala and Premchandji.
Pranam Guruji. First of all,
Pranam.
I have to be thankful to you for all my journey, Guruji. Actually, पहले अपनी कृपा होनी चाहिए और फिर गुरु की कृपा होनी चाहिए अपने ऊपर. भले ही मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि मुझे ऐसा होता था कि I should get liberated. सब कुछ होता था गुरुजी. बट अगर गुरु की कृपा नहीं होती है तो फिर गुरुजी ये बात नामुमकिन है गुरुजी. और ये भी उतना ही सच, बिकॉज
क्यों गुरु की कृपा के बगैर नामुमकिन क्यों है?
बिकॉज अपनी कृपा अगर नहीं होती और गुरु की कृपा होती है. अभी कल का ही बात देखो ना गुरुजी. yesterday question answers were going on. गुरुजी whole day I was into that session की मतलब कैसे ये सफरिंग कैसे मतलब गुरुजी कंटिन्यूअस दैट रोटेशन वाज गोइंग ऑन इन माय माइंड गुरुजी. मतलब आई वाज वर्किंग, आई वाज डूइंग एवरीथिंग, पर ये ऐसे क्यों ऐसे क्यों ऐसे क्यों. बहुत क्वेश्चंस है गुरुजी कल के लिए भी कि अगर बॉडी में सफरिंग है, अगर बॉडी नहीं चाहती है मुझे जीना है, तो फिर वो छूटना चाहती है इससे. तो मतलब these questions, when do these questions arise गुरुजी? अगर
so remember this, the need of a guru is because the guru should be enlightened, the guru should be awakened. If the guru is not enlightened, if the guru is not awakened, then guru is useless.
Guruji.
The guru, so therefore, without an enlightened master to guide us, it is like having a truck driver to fly our plane. If you put a truck driver, sir, थोड़ा plane चलाओ ना sir, हमारे को जल्दी जाना है थोड़ा pilot नहीं थोड़ा plane चलाओ ना sir, वो truck driver बैठ जाएगा. ट्रक ड्राइवर प्लेन चलाएगा तो क्या होगा?
नहीं गुरुजी, पर मैं इतना भटक चुकी हूँ ना गुरुजी, मतलब मैं सीरियसली बात करती हूँ गुरुजी, इतना देख चुकी हूँ ना, सबको देख चुकी हूँ, नजदीक से देखा है, पर आज तक मुझे भी कभी ऐसे ट्रिगर नहीं हुआ कोई बात गुरुजी. वॉट एवर यू आर सीइंग दैट ट्रिगर्स मी लाइक एनीथिंग. एंड अभी वो दिन नजदीक है गुरुजी, जब मुझे एनलाइटन हो सकती हूँ मैं गुरुजी.
Okay, good. Premchand ji, thank you. Premchand ji. So we have got only like next 2 or 3 minutes for any questions. Then I will close. Premchand ji. Want to see and come? The gate is open. Premchand ji.
He is not able to unmute.
Premchand, unmute करेंगे आप? Okay. So my dear friends, it's 8 o'clock. So I think I will wind up today's session. My dear friends, today's session was very simple. And I'm repeating, how can you attain eternal happiness by discovering the purpose of life? Answer, to discover the purpose of life, first find out whose purpose is it. Unless you find out who am I, you cannot discover the purpose of life. Therefore, the moment you discover who am I, in that moment you are liberated from pain of the body, misery of the mind, agony of the ego. When you discover the purpose of life is mukti, moksha, and you live in truth consciousness, you enjoy Satchit Anand. So understand the systematic, logical way. Two most important questions in this world. Have I told you? One, who am I? And two, why am I here? If you discover why am I here, first you have to discover who am I. The moment you discover who am I, you are Ananda. And the moment you are liberated, then who was telling rebirth and I think Sukeshini. Rebirth, all that comes later, Sukeshini. That is a much bigger thing you're talking about. Not only a free, not only eternal bliss, you will be liberated and united with Sip. Okay. Premchandji, can you unmute Premchandji? Then I will close. Premchandji. Tomorrow we will meet as usual at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow's beginner's session.
Yes, sir.
And anybody want to ask questions on Osho, you can ask me. Premchandji.
Yes, Gurudev, when we discovered the purpose of life is union with divine.
Correct.
When we have decided that what is my purpose, then I will have to go to inside me. When I go inside me, I will find who am I, why am I here. So I will leave all the pleasures of the worldly affairs. So when all the pleasures you leave, the contentment will come. Contentment will automatically give me the internal peace, no doubt.
So
What's
you
your idea?
You are absolutely right. But I asked today Ma Anand Sheila,
Yes, sir.
why you are giving Osho Rolls Royce and watches and jewelry? And she said because he was enjoying it. He loved it. He loved the Rolls Royce. Hear the conversation. Hear the podcast. Oh, Osho.
Gurudev, his disciples distracted him from his path.
Correct, you are right. I also believe that. He was an enlightened person. He was a yogi.
In earlier days, he was born Rajni. People criticized him. He has made himself Bhagwan. Then he chose the word Osho. Osho means Bhagwan. That is a Japanese word. Osho means Bhagwan. That is a Japanese word. So he accepted. उसी रोज से उसका डाउनफॉल शुरू हो गया कि उसने indirect way भगवान छोड़ Osho accept लिया. Osho means also the same thing.
So
What's your idea?
Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you, Premchandji. But you listen to the podcast. The podcast will be ready in few days. A beautiful 1.5 hour podcast with Ma Anand Sheila on Osho. I asked all the questions on sexuality, on drugs, how he got drugged, how he used to take too much drugs, and lot of interesting. It is enlightenment and entertainment combination, that podcast. But for now, if I don't take my flight, then there will be no entertainment left. So with folded hands, I'll bow down to you, and tomorrow we will meet at 8 tomorrow. Thank you.